What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to talk about what it's like playing Model 3 here in the end of 2024, as well as after BO6's launch and after the first season has been majorly released. And so I wanted to make this video because I've been playing Model 3 more recently and just experiencing how great this game really is. And I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. So, one thing I will say in this video is I will try to keep the BO6 shit talk a little to the lower side because I know I can get kind of annoying for being reiterated 1,000 times because we all here on the channel know how bad BO6 really is, at least the multiplayer side of things. So we'll try to keep that on the lower side because this is about Modern Warfare 3 and how good it is. So let's focus on that this video. So first things first is the multiplayer itself is fantastic right now. I think I've actually had a lot of energy moving forward to want to work on the Ultra Mastery, which is something I didn't have prior to BO6's launch. Um, I also don't mind the cars outside. I do have my windows open because it's very nice outside, so I have all the windows open. So just don't mind the cars, just FYI. But yeah, so the lobbies have been great. I've been playing a lot of Search and Destroy with some of my friends, like Lightbeam and that crew guys I play with, as well as my other crew that I play with, Country Boy and them. So I've been playing Modern Warfare 3 a lot more with the Ultra Mastery guy and doing a lot of Search and Destroy. But what are some of the other great things about MW3 currently at the current moment? Well, first off, probably the biggest thing is the game is not dead, like some people are trying to say. The game is still very well alive. It is still very well kicking, so it is not dead. And I don't think it will be dead for a while. I think Modern Warfare 3 has a lot to offer in terms of content. Actually, I think it's more content, in my personal opinion, to grind for than in Black Ops 6, because right now, Black Ops 6, like for me, I have Nebula, and I'm Master Prestige level like 140 something. So if I don't go for Dark Matter or Warzone Camo Mastery, there's really not all that much to grind for, especially calling cards. I'm already halfway done, over halfway done with the entire game of calling cards, and so it just doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to go for. There's no DLC weapons right now. There's barely any events. It just feels really, really just like the bare minimum, really. Modern Warfare 3, on the other hand, has a lot to grind for. You have four different mastery camos to grind for, four different grand masteries to grind for. So you have Interstellar for Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, Orion for Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, which you can still do in this game. You got the Borealis for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and you got Bioluminescent for Modern Warfare 3 Modern Warfare 2 Zombies, sorry. And Modern Warfare 2 Zombies and Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer camos. Those two require, I think, 51 camos or something, 52 for the mastery completion. So you have a lot of guns to go through there. And then a Modern Warfare 3's section, you need 36 on multiplayer, 36 on zombies. So you have a lot to go for. Then you also have, on top of those camos, you also have the Grand Masteries, which are Grand Masteries are getting 1,000 kills with every gun in the game with the Mastery camos. So you have to get 100 gold, 200 plat, 300 priceless or poly, depending on the grind you're doing. And then you have to do 400 on Interstellar or Orion, depending on the grind. So tons of good content there to grind. You have the calling cards. You have all the seasons to grind. You have 1,250 levels to grind currently at the current moment. If you go here to calling cards, you guys can see here that there's 6 different seasons with the calling cards to go for, and then you have all the calling cards in the base game as well. So tons and tons and tons of content to go for. And you obviously have the Warzone calling cards as well. It's just insane how much content there is. And that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of content. Because you have obviously nukes to grind for, and then you have the daily challenges, all the armory challenges that you guys can see here. There's tons of armory content. Over 132 different items in the armory to unlock for just cosmetics. Then you have all of the prestige camos, which every gun has 4 prestige camos. They have, one trick, you have Obsidian, and you have Mercury, and you have the Constellation's End. So all of these camos equal up to about 1,000,000 XP, give or take, which is just absolutely mental. and I cannot believe that we have these four prestige camos, something we don't have in in BO6 quite yet, and we don't have some crazy good grinds for after you hit. Like, see, I would love to do a Nebula grind, Ultra Master grind or something, but there's just nothing like that in the game right now. So for BO6, so it's unfortunate. So tons of content to grind for, especially if you're new to the game. If you've already played this game a lot throughout the life cycle of this game, then you might not have nearly as much to grind for as, say, someone who's brand new. But if you haven't done the Grand Mastery, I highly recommend coming back and at least working on it a little bit, because I've had a lot of fun coming back to this game. Um, some other big things about this game that a lot of people have forgotten is this game's actually finished. This is actually a finished product. There's actual stuff that works in this game like it's intended to. Hit detection's great in this game. Map design really isn't all that bad. I actually find myself enjoying these maps a lot more than I did during the life cycle of this game. Coming back to it, it's kind of the same thing with Mod for 2. Mod for 2, I didn't really enjoy the maps all that much in the beginning of its life cycle, but towards the end and after its life cycle, I found that I really enjoyed the Mod for 2 maps that they had. And so it's kind of the same thing with this game. I'm enjoying the maps a lot more now after coming back, after taking a 2 or 3 month break from this game. That's another big thing is, too, when you come back to this game, if you haven't played in a couple months, you're going to find yourself enjoying this game a lot more than when you were playing for the entire... Like me, for example, for me, I played this game every single day for the entire life cycle of this game. So obviously my mental for this game was at its very lowest by the end of its life cycle. And that's kind of how I feel with BO6 right now. But the fact that I'm feeling this with BO6 and the first season that I'm already exhausted from the game, I think is a serious, serious, serious problem. Because I'm not a normal COD player, right? Everyone knows that I know life COD. So if I'm telling you that the game is not enjoyable to play and it's only season 1, I think there's a serious, serious, serious problem that it needs to be addressed. Modern Warfare 3 also has a fully fledged out store, so there's tons of items in the store for everyone to have. Um, Tons of other stuff. Obviously, you can't have access to battle passes or the events anymore, which I do think is a bummer. I really wish that the events would have recycled or even just been kept going, because they could have easily have kept going with the events in this game. I think going forward in Call of Duty, I really would like them to start doing doing stuff for the franchise for that title after its life cycle is over, even if it's just like an extra year of like content every few months. There's content, even if it's just like a new gun or a couple new events throughout the life cycle or something. It doesn't have to be amazing content. It can be bare minimum stuff. I'm okay with that. I would like something to look forward to on older CODs. It doesn't have to be like, they don't have to update fucking Infinite Warfare from 2016, right? They can or 17. They can have it set, but it's only the previous COD in their release cycle. So, for example, Infinity Ward would update like Modern Warfare 3 or 2 or something, because that's both they're both their kind of their game. Sledgehammer would update this game, obviously, Modern Warfare 3. So maybe Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer could work together on this game to do some small content after its life cycle is over. And then, for example, like Treyarch would do after the next Black Ops game comes out, they would do Black Ops 6 a year after its release. And I think that would be a much better strategy, in my personal opinion, because like this game is still very, very popular. I was playing Shipment's lobbies are full. I've been playing Search and Destroy lobbies. Those lobbies are full. I've messed around with a little bit of party modes. Those game modes are full. Get Higher is a pretty popular mode still, which is, if you didn't know already, Get Higher is the parkour mode that is available now. So that's really dope that they decided to keep that as available mode. And that's another thing we're going to go into right now, is we're going to go into all the modes that are in the game right now. So just in these playlists alone, we have Small Map Mosh Pit, all the shipments 24/7, which is really good. Again, if you're someone like me who's doing the Grand Mastery, having that as an option to play if I want to is really nice to have that here. So I'm very glad that they decided to keep that in the game. I believe these playlists are set in stone now, so these are going to be similar to how like World War II had it. If you remember World War II, and I played that game every day, that game had the same features. That game had every single playlist that had ever released added to the game in the last big update, as well as permanent double XP added to that game. When they last updated that back when that game's life cycle ended. That's kind of the same thing here, where they've added a bunch of modes that normally weren't here all year round. So now they're just permanently here. I don't know if these are permanent or if these are just permanent for the time being. I don't know. No one updates this game online, so it's hard to tell if there's playlist updates happening regularly or not. But anyway, we got all the shipments. We got party modes. Party modes are going to be just larger maps with small to large maps with a mosh pit of party modes like the objective base modes and stuff. Um, we got Get Higher, we have OG Mosh Pit, we have 10v10, War, Cutthroat. War is a really sad thing. I really wish War would have got some more attention to that life cycle. We also have Blueprint Gunfight, so we have Gunfight is still in the game, playable. We have Ground War, we have Invasion. And then in the Quick Play selection, we have obviously all your base modes. We also have Gun Game, Infected, and Vortex, which is really nice because Vortex is something that I didn't play a lot of. I did play them a little bit, but not like a crazy amount. So if I ever want to go back and experience some of the Vortex maps that I didn't play a lot of, you guys can. So I think it's really dope, but that's just here now. I think that's awesome. And so yeah, that's that. This is the thing with Modern Warfare 3, man. This game is still very, 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 very strong in terms of content. And again, it just runs really well. I'm not experiencing lag all that much. Hit detection's good. When I do camos, the camos track. Now, doubt I'm not doing many camos now, but I'm doing the prestige camos as well as like the Grand Mastery. So, I'm sort of doing camos. Um, and so this is just a thing that I've been experiencing for a while. Is just this boredom with BO6 that I've been struggling with. So I'm really hoping to revive my excitement for K gaming just by playing Modern Warfare 3. And again, I have other games planned as well, as I've talked about many times in the past. So I have a lot of stuff planned for the future. If you guys want to see me play BO6, like go for Dark Matter, you know what to do. Like the video, comment a bunch of that, get the views up, and maybe I'll revive the Dark Matter grind again. But I don't know. I just I feel like I need to stick to my guns with that game, and if I think it's bad, I need to stay to it with the multiplayer. But I don't know. I'll be continuing to play zombies for the foreseeable future on Black Ops 6. I have no intention of quitting the game entirely. Um, but yeah, play Model for 3 2024, man. It's still good. It's still fantastic. It's a little hard to get used to. As you guys can see from my stats, if I can hit the right button for once in my life. You can see from my stats that I am running very odd sensitivity right now because of Omni movement. This is the sensitivity I found to help me the most with when after I cut. Like, so if I play Black Ops 6 Zombies or something with a friend, and I come back to this game, this movement feels the most comfortable to come back to. So this is not what I was running originally when the game first launched, throughout its life cycle. But I do think this is much better sensitivities to come back to. So like I can hop into a match right now, and with this sensitivity the way it is, I feel more comfortable in the match, even with Omni movement in the back of my head. So that's my thing. I know everyone's having a little bit of different vibes with the sensitivities. I know some people are saying that they want lower because of Omni movement when they come back. Some people want higher. Some people are saying that it depends on how they're feeling when they get on. Sometimes they'll adjust it as soon as they get on. For me, this seems to be the best. I did a little bit of play testing and I found that this is the sweet spot for me. So yeah, so it's definitely rough coming back. But I think the more and more I'm switching back and forth from Omni Moon to this, back to Omni Moon to this, I'm getting better at being more comfortable swapping between the two, and I think that's a testament to Call of Duty as a whole. But I'm yawning nonstop, so I should probably end the video here before this video just turns into me yawning 24/7. I'll be live streaming this game probably next week, starting next week, full time again during the week, and then I think weekends we're gonna be playing zombies or Black Ops 6. If they decide to add a Grandmaster over BO6, then I will put this grind on hold, and I will go over there and grind. But I don't think they will. Um, the mechanics just aren't in the game, so I don't think so. But we'll have to wait and see. As for Modern Warfare 3 content, I'll be uploading this the same amount of video as times as I upload BO6. So BO6 and MW3 content will both be very high on the channel. We have some other games planned. I do have the first anthology game, so the first horror game is downloaded, ready to go. So in that series, like horror series, or I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like a horror Friday or something. But when I start that, that's all ready to go. So tons of content. We have DayZ coming up, and I'm hoping to grab the new Armor Reforger game, which is the new Armor game here on PlayStation, the very first Armor game ever to be on PlayStation. Thinking about playing, trying to get that here in a couple weeks. If I do, that'll be uploading. And yeah, tons more content, tips, tricks, montages, all that. Now that I'm back on Modern Warfare 3, I think montages are something I can think about doing again, because it this game is much easier to get kills when in terms of just when you shoot someone relying on that the game to actually give you that kill. Meanwhile, BO6, I'm constantly fighting the game in order to get kills. So again, a lot of people think it's a skill issue. It's not. There's videos out there to prove there's skill issue detection issues. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? At this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this inspired you a little bit to play Modern Warfare 3, or at least come back to it and check it out again. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And if I'm gonna be honest with you for a second, I think the camos in this game are still better. I mean, like let's just take a minute to look at these camos, okay? First off, Orion looking beautiful as always. Bioluminescent, pretty good. We go to these prestige camos, and these prestige camos look insane. And then, on top of that, let's go into the event camos, and just look at the event camos. Like, they're so good, man. Like, dude, I don't know if you haven't gotten these camos, I do feel really bad for people, because these camos like are so good, dude. Like, so good. Um, I'm really looking forward to see what Black Ops 6 offers in terms of camos, but right now as it stands, they have not given us any special camos so far. So we've had no event camos over there, and on top of that, we have pretty mid, I would say pretty mid masteries, just because the three masteries up until the Grand Mastery, which is like Dark Matter or Nebula, are pretty bare minimum. I think are pretty mid. Like gold on most modes, like gold on multiplayer is pretty mid. Zombies is pretty good, but the Warzone gold is probably the best gold. Um, and then you get like diamond, and diamond on zombies is cool looking. Um, Warzone diamond looks fake as hell. Doesn't even look real. Looks like a modder made it. And then you got like the multiplayer diamond, which is better. Uh, but I'd say it's probably not as good as it could be. Like if you look back at BO4 or Cold War, those diamonds were far better. I just don't know why those camos are the way they are, or why this camo is the way it is compared to those camos. But yeah, so it's crazy to me. Like there's this Modern Warfare 3 just did everything better, and I don't know what to say. Like if people think Modern Warfare 3 didn't do things better for its life cycle, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say, man. Because this game has proved, once again, coming back to this game has proved that it is far superior, and this game proves to this day now, to me at least, that Treyarch is far less superior when it comes to games for multiplayer compared to something like like Treyarch or not Treyarch, sorry, Sledgehammer or Infinity Ward. I feel like every year Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward release a game, I'm just blown away. And every time a Treyarch game is released, I just feel like I got scammed. Like, and that's how I feel about BO6, man. I really want to like BO6. Not only because I spent over $100 on the game, but because obviously it's a big part of it. But I'm really disappointed in BO6 because I was looking forward to a breath of fresh air from the franchise and getting away from the Modern Warfare series for a year. Because after playing this game for 2 years, because before Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I was playing World War 2, so I went from playing World War 2 for 2.5, 3 years straight, and then right into Modern Warfare 2 and 3 for 2.5 years, 3 years straight. So I was really hoping for BO6 to be my year for Treyarch games. And I can't. I mean, I think if Treyarch would have updated I would update the hit detection and fix hit detection, and hit detection was working like this game, I think I would be okay. I think I would be able to withstand the bullshit. But I think until hit detection is fixed, I don't think there's much room for movement. But that's just my take. But yeah, tons of content over here to grind for, so I highly recommend it. And with that being said, I swear I don't yawn until I record. The last couple of days have been awful. Every time I go to record a video, the last couple of days I just yawn. So, bully me in the comments for yawning, please. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I have tons of content coming, so stay tuned. And if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys think that Modern Warfare 3 is amazing, let me know down below. If you think it's trash, let me know why down below. I'd love to hear both sides. I think Modern Warfare 3 might actually be one of my favorite CODs of the recent era. I don't know if I prefer this game as multiplayer over the Modern Warfare 2. I do like Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, but I think this might get bonus points just because I can use both. So I don't have to go back all in Modern Warfare 2 and learn that game's movement all over again. I can just stay in this game and use the same things I enjoyed over there. So I think this might get some bonus points for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.